New cards, new abilities, new questions. I'm Chris, and today I'll go through the top questions I've seen asked during pre-release events and the first week of Twilight of the Republic set. Let's jump right into it. The new set introduced the concept of token units. One of the most commonly asked questions is whether these units are created, ready, or exhausted. If we take a look at rules 377 and 378, we'll see that both types of token units are ground units with specific traits, aspects, and stats. Since they are units, Rule 154b applies. Its non-leader unit and resource enters play exhausted. The existence of cards like On the Doorstep, which specifically specifies that you ready the created battle droid tokens, also hint at this. Does exploit number affect the cost reduction per defeated unit? Lack of helper text on specific cards is probably to blame when players ask this question. The number following the exploit keyword only refers to the maximum number of units you can pretty much sacrifice in order to reduce the cost of the card with exploit. The cost reduction per defeated unit is a flat 2 and cannot be altered as stated by Comprehensive Rule 7516A on exploit. What if you use Count Dooku's leader ability to play a card that already has exploit, like Separatist Super Tank? Keyword abilities do not stack, right? Wrong. According to Rule 754, if a card is given a keyword it already has, those keywords do not stack unless those keywords are followed by a numeral. If they are, the numbers following each keyword are added together. So in our case, that Super Tank will actually have exploit 4. This might sound a bit overpowered at first, but to be honest, it's not that easy to pull off, and most of the times, defeating that many units just to reduce the cost of a card is probably not the most effective thing to do. Before we move on, if you've watched this far, consider supporting the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing. It will be much appreciated. You have Jango as your leader, and you decide to play a unit like Elite P-38 Starfighter using its ability to deal 1 damage to an enemy unit. Is Jango's ability requirement met? Can you exhaust him to exhaust that enemy unit? Some players claim that because the ability states that you, the player, may deal the damage, even if you decide to do so, Jango's ability cannot be used because it's not a friendly unit dealing the damage. However, according to Rule 1912, if a unit's ability deals damage, that unit is considered to have dealt that damage. So yes, in a Jango deck, units that can ping enemy units even for 1 damage can be used for more than just popping shields off. Now I think this was the most commonly asked set of questions during pre-release. If you control 2 units and you decide to play a unit with coordinate, does that unit always count towards the 3 units needed to gain the ability that follows coordinate? Moreover, why is the helper text of coordinate different between cards? When it comes to units like 41st Elite Corps or Echo that get a constant ability through coordinate, the things are pretty clear. Since constant abilities are always in effect while the card is in play, it's pretty evident that the unit itself counts as one of the 3 required units. But what about units like Coruscant Guard that gains ambush? Should it also count as one of the 3 units required by coordinate? Taking a look at Rule 620F about playing a card, we'll see that playing a card consists of the following 5 steps in order: declare intent, check restrictions, determine costs, pay costs, and put the card into play. After playing the card, resolve any when-played abilities on the card and any other abilities that triggered while playing the card. Since coordinate is a constant ability, it comes into effect the moment the card is put into play. The check takes place, and since you are now controlling a total of 3 units, it gives ambush to the card, which will resolve at the window that comes afterwards. I guess the extra line of helper text on the specific cards is there to avoid going through all of this. However, since I value consistency a lot, I would prefer if it was there on the helper text of every card with coordinate. Had you noticed that extra line? If any tricky scenarios came up during the pre-release events you attended, let me know about them in the comments. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.